What's going on, YouTube? And yes, before you even ask, I did start the fast. Yes, I haven't put a video out in 2 weeks to give you an update. Yes, I'm only on day 5 when I said I was going to start 2 weeks ago. But it doesn't matter because I started. And that's all that matters, is you getting started. You know? It's just the truth. You know, sometimes you say, oh, I'm going to start now, and then shit just keeps popping up, excuse after excuse. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had a you know what's actually crazier? I had a crazier week this week that I fasted on, and the last week was crazy. I know I'm gonna get started into what I'm actually gonna talk about today, but you know, the title of the video is Education Today, or State of Education, you know, something along those lines. I don't have the title of the video yet. I usually record the video and then put it out. But going back to my point, you know, starting the fast. I'm on day 5. Straight liquid. I haven't even drank like a smoothie or anything. Like just straight green juice and a little bit of fruit. Not fruit juice, but did drink some nice sweet juice. You know, just to mix it up. I did have a little bit of coffee. You know, because like I said, I had a crazy 2 weeks. You know, like I said, I'm got these 2 like educational jobs, so you know, March right before spring break, you know, things are kind of, you know, we're getting hectic for me, so had to really like lock in. And now I'm done. Like mentally, I just booked a flight. With my friends are joining me. I just booked a flight to go to Japan, and I'll be making videos during that whole time too. I'll be making videos. I'm actually going to be gone for 2 months. I'm going to go Japan, Cambodia, Vietnam, Singapore, Taiwan, all those. Maybe even hit, if I have enough time, go to Germany, London, France. Listen, I'm going for 2 months. I don't give a, you feel me? But I'm feeling good right now. You know, this is day 5. Look, I got all this energy. I haven't had no substances. I'm telling you, it's possible. You know, a lot of projections into the fast. Oh, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna die, or I'm gonna starve, or I'm gonna feel so low energy, and I have headaches. Yeah, well, just get through to that other side, and then you'll feel that actual energy that you have. You know, one thing, food is a reminder of the energy you do have, right? And a lot of liquids are too. You know. But anyway, let's get into the title of the video. I didn't want to start too long for that. So title of the video is, you know, my opinion, you know, state-owned education. And you know, and the reason why people make digs at the way I teach and my style of teaching. And it's so funny because this is going to be on a deeper, broader topic, but the state of the world is in decay, and it all starts with education. And it's decaying, and schools are decaying, and then it's all because, I'm not blaming the teachers. Obviously, it's not all their faults. There's a lot of people that are trying, but I'm just saying that I have my style of teaching, and it was so funny that I remember this one. Listen, I took it as a dig. She was like, she was like, because I didn't get a job one time. And she's like, I don't know, maybe they just didn't think you were like, academic-y enough and things like that. And, I always get those knocks because they just assume that, being black, I'm not academic-y enough. And my thing is, I am academic-y, but I also live in the real world where 9 times out of 10, you use nothing you learned in your field, in your job, and you Google what you need. And so what I focus on in my classrooms and my philosophy behind education is community-based learning. I mean, if you've ever read papers on it, just a quick sidebar. I remember the white lady, it's always about a white lady going to somewhere, right? White lady went over to one African country, of course, and, was struggling so hard until she learned that, like, oh, I'm trying to make them go off of this, like, the standard that we have today, right? And it's not until she learned it's like a community-based learning and style that all the kids started succeeding and really being able to gravitate towards her lesson. And I'm in an environment right now where I'm going to say it's 100, I'm going to give you a breakdown of 120%, but I got 20%, Hispanic, Mexican, and 40% white, 40% black. I mean, it's more common. I'm not even joking. It's more common to see a white guy with a black girl and a black dude with a Mexican and a white girl with a black dude than it is to see same race. And I love it. I mean, don't get me twisted. It is a really great community. It is one of the coolest things you'll ever see. The vibe of the school is definitely crazy though, because all the kids think they're the same, so they all are like, man, F you, I don't give a, you know what I mean? Like, that's that, they all talk that way, the girl, like, it's crazy. But what I wanted to say, and the reason why I say it's so important is because kids understand that, like, you know, it's about community. If I'm with students more than they see their parents, and we're setting a standard of come in, sit down, shut up, do this work, leave me alone, and call it a day, right? Don't interact with the students. Don't get to learn them. Don't care about them. Don't show any interest. Then that's what creates today's society of people who can't, you know, you go to a workplace and no one talks to each other. No one interacts with each other because it's like afraid, and that's what you've been programmed to do. And then we see this hyper individualistic society that we have now because no one's ever been comfortable enough to ask a question because the teacher isn't leading that safe space to feel comfortable enough to ask a question because no one talks and the teacher doesn't interact with the students. But me, on the other hand, I'm a new teacher. I'm about to talk my shit. I'm a new teacher, but get this, I'm getting distinguished on all my observations. I'm getting, you know, praise from superintendent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I got all these people talking shit on me. I mean, listen, all the people hate me, but get this. You know what I mean? But my philosophy is I'm there 180 days with the kids out of a year, 8 hours. And I do high school. I see these kids more than they see their parents. And you're telling me I can't be in a good example of showing them what care, what love, and how to interact and how to talk and how to be able to defend and give an opinion and be able to do these things looks like? I had a kid tell me, he goes, Mr. A, I thought you were going to be one of those like woke teachers and blah, 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 blah. He goes, nah, man. He goes, because I thought you were friendly with the students, that I thought you were going to be like one of those try to be your best friend, you know, teachers. And he goes, nah, like you don't play. And I'm like, that's one thing about me is like, even the girls will tell you, the girls will be like, yo, Mr. A, like some of the guy teachers, they like flirt with the students or they try to be their friends so much. They're like, no, you just are you, but you create a space where I feel comfortable enough to talk to you. And then through that, there's never any disrespect, because when you show respect, respect is never given. And then that's kind of where we're at right now, where there's just like this bubbling rage and anger all the time in individuals, because it starts at a young age. If the teachers give the kids respect, and then the respect is given, right? And respect is not, and it's like, yo, the kids don't want to respect you. And then they come around like, man, I just had to learn to sit down and shut up for 16 years. Now I hate I'm angry, right? But then when you come in my classroom, it's like, yo, Mr. A, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Yo, just love being in here. I kids, I can't get away from me. You know what I mean? Of course, listen, I got high energy, and I got kids who I'm with them all day long. But I just want to say my philosophy is that's the problem we're having right now. I can't tell you in just 1 year how much of an impact I made at this school. Just being, and I think about that one comment, you know, the one lady, and you know, she's gonna say she probably didn't mean nothing by it. But it's like, oh, I'm not academic-y enough. But I'm getting proficient in all my scores. So I am academic, but you think a kid's going to remember the book that we read in class? You think a kid's going to remember what an adjective or a pronoun is? Or you think anybody's ever asked them once what a pronoun is? Like, are you dumb? Like, at that point, that's when I start to look around at everybody and like, you're dumb. You are the one that's dumb. That you think this is important. I'm looking around and like, I know what's important. The real important is, can these kids think? Can they turn their brains on for a hot second? Right? I want these kids to be able to turn and really think about something. Give them something to read, give them something to give an opinion on, write something, write a response, have their brains actively thinking. It's not about the academic adjective. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do fanboys. Yeah, we can do sentence pattern 6. We can do all these things. Oh yeah, 8 sentences, transition words, right? I do it every day. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted in there. Hey, look, I'm getting observed, and I was about to give a paper, and the kids don't even realize how good they make me look. I have a principal observing me, and the kids are gonna be like, oh my God, are we about to do 8 sentences, 2 pieces of evidence, 1 transition word? No, but you know, you don't even. But the principal, if the principal hears that already for this, yes, she's giving me attitude and things like that. But that's how it is. That's all the kids. They know that they're comfortable enough to do that with me, right? And the only reason I'm really making this video is because, you know, I just see so many. I've been in, and I say I'm a new teacher, but I've been around schools. You know, my mom's been a teacher forever. I've been around schools all my life, right? In and out schools all my life. I was over in Philly, and then I was over in this white suburban school, right? And it's the same thing there. Don't interact with the kids. They don't want to get to know them at all, right? And then what I'm saying is, you get more out of the kids. Yeah, they listen, I'm still setting the standard. They know what the work is done, but like, yeah, we can play and have fun. Yeah, I can talk to you and get to know about things. And you know, one thing, and what spurred this video was, you know, I'm going to the girls' lacrosse game today. And I'm there, and one of the moms shows up. She's like, man, she just loves your class. She said you were going to come to the game. She's just so happy you're at the game. You know what I mean? Like, just things like that, you know, walking onto the field, everybody, literally, everybody on the team, oh, Mr. A, like, that shit feel good, man. But you know why? Because a lot of these kids don't have good parent home lives. So imagine going to a school where you know a majority of your population does not have a good home life. Majority of them are in poverty. And you're going to be like, yo, sit down, shut up. Man, these kids will tell you, I'll slap the shit out you in a minute. No joke. They tell me that all the time. Yeah, mister, I'll slap the shit out you. And that's the thing, though. And I'm being honest, there's a lot of white teachers. They don't get it. And don't get me wrong, there's some that really do. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. There's some white teachers that they get it. They be in there playing too. And they get it though. Because, and it's all the white kids. White kids, they'll be like, yo, you barking. Shut the fuck. Like, that's just how the school talks. But one thing I realize is that if you can mentor them, right? Like, I have a kid at the beginning. I'm not even, let me give you a quick example of what I did with this kid. And I pat myself on the back. I don't give a fuck. So sick of that being humble shit. In the beginning of the year, this story is funny as shit. In the beginning of the year, the kid gonna say, we're gonna go take, you know, school photos, right? Beginning of the year. Yo, she trying to make me look ugly. I'm gonna smack this shit out. I'm gonna beat this bitch up. 10th grade, by the way. Now, we had to go to a conversation about domestic abuse, right? The lady, some dude arguing with her about domestic abuse because he abuses girls, by the way. He's a junior abusing girls and stuff, got sex assault cases, all sorts of shit, right? And the kid, under my wing, after almost damn near a whole year with him, going go up to her and apologize for him and hug her. He was arguing with this teacher all day long. Arguing with this teacher, calling her a bitch, leaving out her room, slamming her door. Now, because with me there, nah, she's like a mom. I talk to her, like, yo, what's up with you and her? You know what I mean? Like, you need that. Well, that's also male energy in the building, black male energy in the building to help stabilize some of this stuff. You know what I mean? So don't come at me talking about, oh, you're not. Man, what I'm doing can't be measured. I'm trying to teach men or boys and girls how to act. how to eventually think. How are they going to feel or how are they going to think and feel and act when they get into the adult world? Because that's what matters. Especially now at this most crucial time where shit is upside down. We don't even know what's going to happen. But yet you want to come in here talking about, yeah, but this kid can't, he don't know what an adjective is. He can't, man, we got to focus on the actual thing. And like I said, it all comes back to a lot of these jobs, even in today's society, are only allowed in a bubble, right? Like half of these jobs wouldn't exist if we actually had a sustainable society where people weren't in poverty and people weren't dying for us to live. Half these jobs would be gone. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying education isn't important. I absolutely need to be able to read and write. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to high school, are we training them to think about how to be an adult? Are we training them how to think and act and respond and not just go quick to argumentative and being open-minded and get them ready for what the challenges they're going to face? That's what I'm trying to do. I remember when the lady did say, though, she said, academic, but your brand of teaching is empowering students. Yeah, hell yeah, I empower students. I'll be arguing with these kids all day long. That's one thing about this new generation. Because they're on their phones all day swiping and because the blue screen keeps them up all night. I have more energy than these kids. I'm 30. I'm arguing. The kids will be like, yo, Mr. A, you argue like a kid. You're such a kid. You argue like a kid. Because I have more energy than you. You're going home and going to bed. I'm going home and I'm going on my other job. I'm staying up till 10. I'm having conversations like this from the time I leave work with other students. I can talk all day long. I can talk circles around somebody. And I'm saying something too. I just talked for 17 minutes straight. But anyway, and I'm on day 5. You wouldn't even know I didn't eat just some eights. I haven't had a drink in about 2 hours. You wouldn't even know. All I drank today was a coffee and coconut water. You wouldn't even be able to tell that I was on a day 5 of a fast. So don't let the mental blocks get you down. I know I talked about education and a lot of people can't relate, but I just want people to know that like my emphasis and what I'm going to do and make a change in the world is I want to be there for these kids. You know what I mean? I really want to impact them and pause on all that, but really want to help them mentally understand life, grow, and be well equipped for the changes they're going to have. Let them realize that they also are, beings, because, one thing with me is that, like, you go into school, you just sit down, shut up, blah, 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 you following the rules. I'm not saying there aren't rules in my class, but the respect is there. Kids know they're not acting up. Kids ain't acting up. I didn't even give them, prime example, kids were just chilling. I didn't even give them a heads up that I didn't give him a heads up until the principal was going to come and observe me until she was walking right down the hall, literally right in front of me. I'm looking at her. I say, yo, guys, principal's coming in for observation. Boom. They all locked up. They all teed up. But we got a bunch of teachers who hate black kids and minority kids and hate kids who are harder to deal with. They hate kids in general, right? A little bit of pushback. They think and that's another problem. You think you're going to have some authority. Bro, if you're getting into teaching to have some authority over somebody, then you already lost the battle. Our new teacher started. New teacher started, right? First thing she's going to say, I heard the rep about this school. Y'all going to respect me. I'm not playing no games. Man, that same day, she was in the closet, locked in, crying. Principal had to call her out and try to help her out, and then she took off for 2 weeks. That's the school I'm at. That's the school I'm at. So I don't want to hear about nothing about no academic, don't ever try to critique what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I say that because this is a PSA to all educators. This is a PSA to everybody. Like, I think, but my admin get it. Just thinking about, you know, education, and I want it to be the best thing, you know. I mean, eventually they're going to get rid of it. We're going to get replaced by AI and all that anyway. So got in at the wrong time because I had to fuck around in my life a little bit, you know. My 20s was my rock bottom. But 30 now, shit's on the up and up. You know, up and up, it's all sideways. It's all like, there's no real up and up. It's just, I don't even know if they're just, yeah, they're just highs and lows, which is really just this way. You know what I mean? But I love you guys. Make sure you guys have a good weekend. This is Friday, March 15th. So I started March 11th. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Today is day 5. Tomorrow will be day 6. All right. Be safe, guys.